Hello, paint friends. Let's take a camping trip. I mistakenly started the first one that I just showed you without filming. I don't know why I did that, so we're going to work on two. I'm using Arteza gouache paints. You do not have to run out and buy these to complete this painting. I got them with a coupon, and I think they're pretty fun to use. You can use acrylics, paint pens, whatever you would like to. I traced a circle for my moon because I definitely do not make straight circle lines. Starting the top with a deep, deep purple that looks almost black. And I'm going to go ahead and move into different colors without washing my brush. Of course, in the interest of time, because I know that you guys don't have a lot of time, I sped this up so that you can get an idea of what I'm doing, but you don't have to sit through something long. So this is super, super easy. This is a skill for all skill levels. Kids can even do this one. And I hope that you guys paint along. This is for our new plane ride. This is our first stop. So fun. I'm just moving down in the sky with lighter blues. Again, I'm not washing my brush, just going back and forth. What kind of brushes do I use? People usually ask me. I use El Cheapo from Joann's. I definitely don't spend money on brushes because I mess a lot of them up. So I got a light dusky purple at the bottom, and I'm just going back and forth to create some little streaks in the sky. There's really no right or wrong here. You just kind of do it however you want. Once you like the way that it looks, you can quit and move on to your grass. So I did wash my brush there. And let's add some white just to do a couple little streaky clouds. Or you can leave it the other way. Either way is fine. So I added too much white, so I went back in with blue to darken that up, and I like the way it looks. So let's start out on our green. Just squeezing out some green colors here. I'm going to loosely do the same type of grass because I like the way that it turned out on the first one that I forgot to film, which you'll see that one here again soon. This green does not cover very well, so I'm going to kind of mix those together just so I can get a good base before I start doing some details. Just like the sky, I'm going to take a lime green and kind of streak that up a little bit just to give it some texture. And then later we'll work a little bit more on that. All right, let's glitter this sky up. I've got Deco Art Holographic Illusions glitter. Super pretty. This paint dries pretty quickly, so I didn't really drag anything. Yes, let's let that dry. So you can use either 10 coats of white acrylic, or you can water down your white chalk paint and have a thicker, visible moon glow. I'm just going all the way around, and I've added quite a bit of water here just so I'm not streaking like super white lines. All right. I've got my little eyeliner brushes from Amazon, and I'm just doing some tree trunks. And I'm sure a lot of you can paint trees better than I can, but I was looking for a pretty nasty brush that I usually use with trees, and I didn't happen to see it on my table, so I got nasty brush number 2, and it turned out okay. I like it. We're not entering contests here, we're just walking out of our comfort zone and trying new things. So however you want to paint the trees is totally fine. And I'm just using black paint for this. Of course, I'm still in my gouaches, but you can use whatever you have, which acrylics would be perfect for this. So let's do a little bit more lime green in there just to give it some highlights where the moon is reflecting on the water. And then let's go through here, and you can skip this part. You don't really need to do it unless you want to. I'm just doing a little bit of grass fluff at the top of my grass. I'm going in alternating colors just to give it some texture and depth. And then I'm just going to add a couple of little pieces here and there just to give it some highlights. Thinking back on this, I could have also used white, but I'm just staying in the greens for this. And then I'm just adding until I like the way that it looks, and then I will stop and move to another part. All right, we let that dry for a while. Now we have both of these going. So I'm using chalk paint here. You can use white acrylic. It's just going to take you a whole lot longer. And I'm chasing a mosquito there that followed me inside. So I'm just doing this so that my red on my tent will show up nice and bright. I've already got that done on the top rock that I forgot to film, so I'm just doing this on the bottom too. So let's do our little campfire here. I like the way this one turned out, but I made it a little too thick, but it's okay. I'm not being graded or judged, so c'est la vie. Paint the fire however you like. Okay, so I'm going to switch flip-flop, and I'm going to grab whichever one's driest to show you what I'm doing here. So I'm letting the one that we're just working on dry at the top. Let's paint the little entrance to the tent with black paint, and I'm using the eyeliner brush again. And then we can go in with the same fire red that we're using at the bottom of the fire to paint our tent. I don't know why, but I just figured that the tent needed to be red, but it can be whatever color you like. All right, so that's not going to dry fully bold like I wanted it to, so I'm going to go back there and hit that one more time, which you'll see. So I'm not washing this brush off to do my colors until I get to the yellow. I don't want that orange on the yellow. I want the yellow to be bright. So there we go. Now I'm going to dip that same one back into the orange just to meld those colors together. All right, Craft Twinkles. I love this stuff. Let's glitter up the sky and make it really pretty. I got the Craft Twinkles at Joann's. All right, so this one's had a chance to dry. So one of our elements is stars. So let's do a little twinkles and then add some stars here. I like the way these look. This was fun. I really, really like this one. All right, let's go back here and add some more red just to make that bold and not streaky. There we go.